Welcome back, everyone. This is Cody Hart for Government Accountability. It is April 6, 2025, and I wanted to start updating everyone on some of the things I've been working on since the beginning of the year, since President Trump took office, and to let everyone know the fight has never stopped. And I, along with many others, are continuing to fight here in Washington State for free and fair elections, for accountable government, and that's what today's video is about. So, I recently had some questions about what was occurring in the 2024 elections and the November election, and I wanted to see some of the surveillance video because I had some suspicions. And so I thought I would share with everyone in this video what I have found out about that. So as you will see here, I submitted a records request because I wanted to see some of the video surveillance for the new election center. For those who don't know, the election office has moved locations. And so I wanted to see some of the video surveillance. In my request, I asked them for the 2024 November general election. I request the view or inspect all election office video recordings of election ballot processing and canvassing for the following dates and times. And I gave them some very specific dates and time frames, typically about a half hour on 4 different days. And I got a response back stating, the record you asked for does not exist. The cameras in the elections department are for viewing only and do not record or are retained. So they don't record them or they're not retained if they do record them. We have no records responsive to this request. Well, that kind of frustrated me because of my history with the election office and what had happened in past elections. And so I went down to the election office and I asked them, and I spoke with the election manager, Gabriel Clay, and I talked to her about this and thought I would share it with you guys.
Okay. And then I'm going to do a records request. I've got a couple of them in. And I know it, I got a response on one, if you don't mind. I imagine you're the one that said it. So this past election, I requested to review some very specific time slots of the video.
Yeah.
And then I was informed none of the election recording equipment was used to record anything.
We have the cameras reviewing, they do not record.
I understand, but
And we don't retain any of it, they don't record, we can't retain anything, but yeah.
maybe you can tell me then, because that's 2 presidential elections, the recordings, there's no record of them in a row. And I know that was just paid for with federal funds, that entire system, and it hasn't been used. The 2020 election, everything was destroyed, and you know that background. Now the 2024 election, you didn't use it at all. Why do you guys put in for a federal grant for something you're not going to use?
We did not use a federal grant to pay for the cameras. I think if, I wasn't the one who
I understand.
handled the money on it, but if anything, it would have been potentially legislative money from the Secretary of State's office that might have been used for it. It was not a federal grant that we applied for. And when they put the cameras in, that's how we were informed that they were not to be recorded. They were not going to be recording, they were just for viewing purposes only. And viewing to the TV upstairs like we do during that election period.
Yeah, it is disappointing because I know you have the equipment. You might express the auditor. I don't think it's a good policy not to use equipment that's been paid for with tax dollars for its intended use.
Yeah,
You might express that to her. That was the auditor's decision then?
I don't know if it was strictly hers or if it was the county commissioners as well. So.
Okay, I'll probably do a records request to find that out. Just on the 2024 election, why nothing was recorded using the tax-funded video recording equipment that you've been provided. But
And we didn't buy any new equipment, we just moved the cameras that we had existing, so.
yeah, no, I have a pretty good background on what happened. So,
Well, there you heard it. And as I'd mentioned in that interview with the election manager, I'm fully aware that this has happened before. And for those who don't remember or don't know, after the 2020 election, I discovered that the brand new purchased video surveillance system that had been installed and was under the Homeland Security program, as you can see from these meeting minutes, it was a program set up with an intergovernmental agreement with the Secretary of State and authorized under Section 1 to help promote it and provide Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2020. The purpose of this award is to improve administration for election officials, including enhance election technology and make election security improvements to the system, equipment, and process used in federal elections. The total amount awarded to Skagit County shall not exceed $170,000, almost $250,000. Now, understand my belief here in what she is saying about federal versus state grants. It's in minutia. It looks like the county received the money from the state through this intergovernmental agreement, but the state program was through a federal program, the Help America Vote Act, which is a federal program. So that's neither here nor there. And I just wanted to share this with everyone and also point out something that I was told in the video that you all heard. It's very disturbing, and it sheds more light, and it's consistent with a lot of things we've come across. It appears that the county commissioners may have been behind the election office in 2024, not recording or retaining any of the video surveillance. And it was stated multiple times. This was intentional. It was not a goof up. It was set up by those running the election and the county commissioners to prevent a record of what was going on in that election office. As we all saw from the nationwide results, the election turned out across the country as we expected, but there's some outliers. And here in Western Washington, we are part of the outliers. And we have had a lot of skepticism and mistrust of the election system here for a good reason. And I don't trust it at all. And I think this is another example of why we can't trust it, and that those that we believe are there to represent us are potentially behind what is going on with the elections in Washington State. And I think this is another clear example of it. So I wanted to share that with everyone today, let you know more videos are coming out. It's been a very busy several months, a lot of research, a lot of things involving the Trump administration. I'm excited to share with you guys. And I ask you to share this, let everyone know that the government in Skagit County is a bunch of crooks and nothing here is being ran right, and we should not trust the elections. Thank you very much.